Eee. We are live in full effect. I am Rakeem, and I'm gonna be doing a breakdown of both Forex and stocks for the week. These are just my opinions, and this is not financial advice. Without further ado, this week I will start off with the stocks because I feel like it. You know what I mean? That's just what I want to start off with. So, as we can see, Apple is headed up. Would like to see a bit of a pullback, maybe to around this area before I would take more buy positions. But if we get back down to this area, yeah, definitely will be interested in buy positions. Looking at the daily, looks like it's beginning to pull back a bit. We don't know how far that's gonna go, but if it gets back down to this area, definitely going to be interested in buy positions. That's Apple. Walmart looks like it's starting to head down, give us a pullback of some sort. Could possibly just come around this area where it's at to head up, or it could come all the way back down to here. You know, looking from the past and how it moves, I would say is, probably doing something similar to what it did here. Probably going to have some, start some consolidation, form a baseline of some sort, and this look like it's beginning to do that. This could be the baseline. And this is the weekly, mind you. So if on a daily, let me draw that up. So if on a daily, we start coming back around here and start forming some, start seeing some rejections, start forming some, start consolidating, possibly on the 4-hour, should see consolidation, then head up, consolidation, then head up. So if we start seeing consolidation on the 4-hour around this area, could be potential buy opportunities to the upside. Microsoft looks like it's beginning to pull back, as it should. It's about that time. We need a pullback. It could continue up, but we definitely need a pullback of some sort. This thing has been going up, like straight up. We need a pullback. So this week, you could probably, we started the process. Most likely what you can see might head up a little bit, but most likely to the downside. If I had to guess, if I was a guessing man. SPY, not really gonna get into SPY because I don't really like messing with SPY. It's just an overall thing. But looks like it's going to continue up. Could possibly, if it start getting wick rejections right here, could possibly start to begin to one of these to head down. But it's in an uptrend for now. Daily, yeah, definite uptrend. Bam, 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 bam. So that's that on that. UAL, another definite uptrend. Beautiful. Wish I could have, I was thinking about doing a call on them, I think around like right here at 85. No, I think there was actually at 70 something when I was thinking about doing a call option. If I had would have been up. Call option to January. If it would have been like, let's say just 80. If it would even been 80. An $80 call option to January 6th. And it's at 102 right now. That's profit. That's definitely profit. And it looks like it's going to continue up. So that's the weekly, daily. As you can see, definite uptrend. Got this push right here. I would like to wait, for a pullback to touch somewhere right here. If it don't do that, then there's no trade opportunity, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? It does look like it's going to continue head up, but I like to have leverage on the market. Leverage is the name of the game. Get as much leverage as you can. If you know this is the previous higher low, why wouldn't you want price to come as close to that as it possibly could, so that way you can enter a position here, have your stop loss like right here, have the shortest stop loss ever, and make an abundance of money? You only risk $20, but you make $100. It's the name of the game, bro. It's the name of the game. All right. So AAL. We're at the bottom we're near all-time lows, bouncing up from them. Actually, no, we're not. All-time low is $2. All-time high is 40. About 25%, somewhere around there, of the all-time highs and lows in between them. So I wouldn't, it does look like it's going to go up for now, but I wouldn't be too interested. Not like that. Actually, yeah, I am. I definitely think it's going to head to the upside for sure. Well, let's look at it from a weekly perspective. On a weekly perspective, we are at the bottom, and probably we're in the chain of rising, but in that chain, within the minor structure, we're in an uptrend. We're in the process of beginning an uptrend, but within that minor structure, we are at the top of price. Don't want to do that. Bam, we're at the top of price. Previous higher low. So if we come back down, so if we come back down somewhere around here, that's a definite call situation, most likely. Yeah. INTC, they're up, from all time almost lows. Suno, excuse me, downtrend, but near all time. Dang, possibly bouncing from all time lows. So if I had to guess, I would say, I would wait for something like this right here. Come up, come down to head up. Come up, come back down to head up. Yeah. Forward. We're headed down. Well, the overall trajectory is a downtrend. The overall trend. Why am I so tired? Holy crap. Excuse me. I need to wake up. But yeah, overall trajectory down. Bam, bam. Bam, 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 bam. Now we're headed up. But we shouldn't surpass this point. And we also, so as of right now, the major structure is downtrend, but the minor structure, as you can see, is in the uptrend daily. You could definitely, if I had to guess, I would say price shouldn't surpass this. This is the higher low on the daily, but minor structure, break it down to the 4 hour. As you can see, price shouldn't, once price surpasses this, we've either began to retest or price is reversing to the downside. But as you can see, typically when price reverses to the downside, it just goes, so gotta be very wary and cautious of that. Loco, not really interested in this one. Man, still waiting on them, man. I'm waiting on them to drop. And they're doing it slowly, but wait, what did they get down to? 7? Oh, they got down to 7. If they get down to 4 again, thought I had if they get down there, I'm loading up. But for this week, honestly, I don't know. This is just one of those ones where I'm not concerned about this middle area. Only once it reaches the very bottom do I want to get into this one. You know what I mean? Because every time, look what it does. It went from September to 2024 to January, September, October. Oh. Yeah, let me get that back in the court. So yeah, from September 24 to January 25, October, November, December, January. That's 4 months. It went from $10 pretty much to $32. That's triple whatever money you put in. It's triple whatever money you put in. And it keeps doing that. It comes down, jump up, come down, jump up, come down, jump up, come down, jump up. So that's going, you know what I mean? I'm waiting on that. Want price to come down a bit more to jump up so I can get in. And that's that. Par. We're in this limbo area. I'm not too interested. Could possibly be reversing, be starting to consolidate, be reversing, be, you know what I mean? Or it could be in a continuation. But this is previous higher low. This is higher high. As you can see on the daily, it becomes more clear but still it's in limbo mode. I don't know what we're doing right here. This is consolidation. We're like coming over, but we are still in the uptrend. You know what I'm saying? But price is just moving differently right now than it has been previously. So, but it is still in the uptrend. But this is the higher low of the minor structure until we pass somewhere in here. Really, until we pass here, it's not really safe like that to be taking too much calls, in my opinion. CRK. See where we're at overall. Overall, we're near the bottom of a stock that definitely reaches great heights. Let me put this in full screen. CRK. It definitely reached great heights. Bam. Oh. So I could match up the audio later. But yeah. $5 got down to about $7. Now my Mac wants to start acting up. And lagging. But $5 got down to around about $7. We're pulling back. Let's zoom in. We're pulling back. Looks like starting to get some wick rejections right here. Could possibly head to the upside. Start to head back to the upside. To possibly come back down some more, or to keep heading up. This is the perfect area, I would say, to probably start looking to buy for buying opportunities. But we could possibly keep coming down more all the way up until here. This is the swing low. Swing low. Swing high. So we can come back anywhere until here. Really until here. Till this swing low. Because once it passes here, it's probably a goner. But what's next? Dino. DINO. Yep. Headed up from previous lowest, swing low. So what you can expect most likely is call opportunities. Cause we're coming up from this previous higher low. Daily. I could see a pullback probably somewhere right here. 4 hour. Like I said, probably a pullback to somewhere right here just to keep heading up. Some pullback somewhere in here. Probably just keep heading up. In my opinion. WBD. Not too interested. Just because the price action, if you look, the highest it gets consistently, is about this $30 area. So and it's at 12. That's like a 12, 24. That's only 2.5 times your money, and it would take too long to get there. You know what I mean? But it looks like we are about to start heading up from the swing low, from the lowest lows. So if I was a guessing man, I'd say we're going to continue to head to the upside from here. You know, we had this pullback. Yeah. About to create higher highs. Higher high, higher low. On the way to create some higher highs, I would definitely say that this is probably going to continue to head up. Maybe. But it also could reject from this area and just continue to head down. So that one was just Duke, D-U-K, Duke Energy. We're at the very top of price. Only thing I would be interested in is sales at the moment. That's it. And it looks like it's about to give some good opportunities to do some. So if I had to choose right now, I'd say Duke is going to at least get down to 121. Probably this week. You know, I don't see it continuing to rise higher as of right now. But it is overall in the uptrend. But the reason why I'm saying that is because if you look, you know, this is the swing high. Swing high. Swing low. Swing high. Swing low. Swing high, potentially swing high. But even if this isn't the swing high, you know, the minor structure, bam, 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 bam. We're creating wick rejections right here. Probably need to at least come back down to test right here. You know what I mean? Test somewhere in here. Come back down and retest to head back up. Or a potential reversal. So the daily definite wicks around previous lower high. 1 hour still didn't surpass this, so I would say I would say it's probably going to head down for now. That's just my opinion, you know. At least to here. I would say it's probably going to head down at least, or to here. Here or here. So I might be looking for sales on that. Fun. This is Six Flags. At the bottom, near all of this, not really even near it. So, in my opinion, we're in limbo mode, but downtrend. So, daily. If we come back up around this area, I'd be looking for sales. But as of right now, not really interested. BJ. Now, we're in a downtrend. You know, let me remove those drawings. Downtrend. Swing low, swing high, swing low. And then really haven't had a real pullback since then. I mean, we've had pullbacks, but not like nothing has. To me, a pullback. In my opinion, a pullback has to surpass a previous higher low or lower high. You know what I mean? So like this is a pullback because don't. You look at this, bam, 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 bam. We haven't had a real pullback. So this is like the swing low, in my opinion. So right now I'm not too interested in BJ. It would have to come back up for me to enter to the downside. WLY bouncing from this level. Not even interested because they don't move at all. Like highest they get is 66, lowest 30, and they're at 41 right now. Yeah, not really interested. Not really interested. RRR at the top of price action. Not really interested. QSR looks to be at the bottom of a swing low. But also so downtrend ultimately. But so downtrend ultimately. Came back up. Starting to come back down. Yeah, not too interested. It's kind of everywhere. VAC bouncing from this line that I previously drew. 50 to 70. So bam, 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 bam. I think they're going to continue up. I do. I think they're going to continue up. Once they pass this point, that's a sign that they're definitely going to continue up. But I think this was the reversal point to start heading up, in my opinion. And now the daily got that 4 hour. If we see a pullback of some sort to around this area or something, I would be looking to take options on this if they are available. Man, I'm gonna have to hurry up, bro. I got a lot of stocks in here, man. Holy crap. This is gonna be a long video. So, KRUS, I'm gonna skip. I don't think they have options. I think they're headed down based on the weekly. Yeah, I'm gonna start rushing it a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Not rushing, like the information is still valid, but Lucid at the very bottom of where price likes to bounce from. Could potentially start seeing a bounce from here to the upside. Also could just continue to drop. You have to wait and see. Looks like it wants to drop. but it did create a wick right here. Created an opportunity to surpass previous lower high right here. In other words, if we pass this point, it's most likely definitely, or if we come back up to here and close up here, it's most likely definitely going to come up to at least like 285, which is nothing pretty much in the options world. I think so. Riven did bounce. I think last week I called that it was probably gonna bounce from that area and head up. You know, we're in this flag formation. As you can clearly see, I don't need to draw it, but we're in the flag formation. Bam. So you can expect it to probably keep heading up. Most likely. That's what I would think. Well, let me see. Until keep heading up, you know, until probably about right here, somewhere in here, probably about 1430 area, 1440, to possibly have another bounce down to, you know, but whichever way we break the flag, you know, would definitely be watching that. Go Chewy, all I'm looking for is a pull back, and I will be hitting this to the upside. You know, they haven't been around very long. I just seen a package on my neighbor's door yesterday for Chewy, actually. And the first thing I thought about was stocks. But, and how I was interested in purchasing their company. Not their company, but shares of their company. Well, not even shares. Doing options on them. But yeah, waiting for a pullback, possibly to like this area right here. Is that the most feasible? Probably not, because as you can see, once price starts heading up, it just, you know, it doesn't, it just, it goes. So a pullback to here is most likely unfeasible. It's probably gonna come back around here and bounce. Maybe farthest, maybe right here or something. But I'm gonna be on the lookout for them, for signs of reversal to the upside for them. And once I get them, I'm definitely gonna be taking positions. Nike. We'll see on this, but they're at a peculiar spot. They're bouncing from near previous swing low area of near all-time lows, and but they're also near this lower high that could possibly be a reversal point to come back down. So would still like to wait and see a little bit what they do before making any rash decisions. Neo definitely bounced from the lows and came up. $4. I think I was looking at them at about $4. But yeah, so that's Neo. But I wouldn't really invest in them. I don't know. Maybe, actually, yeah. because that new car did look nice. They got the new car they got looked pretty nice. Hanes brand, this is the one I was looking at. I was looking at them way down here at $4, bro. You put in whatever you put, and if I would have got in right here, would have made 50% of whatever I put in. Got up to $6. But didn't. Probably should have. If they come back down again, I probably will get in. Let me look at the little quarterly. Starting to rise on a quarterly chart, annual chart down. Yeah, if they come back down again, I probably will get in. But I doubt they will. Probably just gonna, I don't know, they might come back down about this $5 area, 532. But I don't know if I'm interested in that after that. You know what I mean? This was from what, 2012, 2015. Went from, this 2011, not 2012. $5 to about 28, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 5 times. 20 from 2012 to what? 2015. 3 years to make 5 times your money. Not yet, not at this moment. Once I get more capital, that would be a smart play. But IQ coming up, bouncing from swing lows. But bam, 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 bam. I would need a pullback to somewhere around this area to even think about getting in, doing anything with that. EB, not even gonna look at them. CNTX. We'll probably need a pullback to around this area again before I would, and this would be a risk. This would be a very risky one. They've only been around. Oh, let me get the camera. Let me get the cam. They've only been around since 2016. But bam, 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 bam. But they went from $0.4 to $3 in like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks. In 10 weeks, that is, let's just call it 0.5 to $3. I think that's 6 times your money in 10 weeks. That would have been an amazing catch. So they come back down again, could possibly be looking to get in. But at the same time, that's I don't know, 0.4 is kind of crazy. .4 is kind of crazy. And they don't have that much price history, so I'd be very skeptical. Eno, 196. Still just, I covered them in my, because I'm actively in them, so I covered them in my analysis, my AAR, weekly AAR, so I'm not going to really cover them right now. Gravy. If I had to guess, I'd say they were going to continue to the upside. Looks like they're at the bottom of a swing low of some sort. Looks like they're at the bottom of a swing low, So if I had to guess, but at the same time, price is moving differently than it has in the past right now. So it's kind of hard to even really traject, because look at this. This is nothing like this. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing alike. It's two different. So it's kind of hard to judge on that one. I'm going to just leave that one alone. SSL, I would definitely say is a good purchase. We're bouncing from this. I wish I could have got in at this $3, man. I wish I could have got in at that $3, bro. Whoo! Still a good play, though. Still a good play. Definitely would say that. Still a good play to the upside. It takes, March 20th, it was at $1. Got all the way up to $25 by 2022. By March 2022. That's 2 years to make 25 times your money. Oh my gosh. Imagine you put $1,000 in. You made $1,000 off one play. Made $25,000 off one play. Bro. In 2 years. Now you got a $25,000 account. More than that, because that's just one play. Come on, bro. This really is the key to wealth. It really is. It really is. But, I would like to see a pullback again to about this $5 area before I would get in. We get a pullback to this $5 area, I would like to get in. But as of right now, I'm not interested. We're up too high a little bit. Weekly, NGL, I don't even know. They only been around since 2012. Swing high, swing low. Bam, bam, bam. I don't know. That one looks crazy. I would definitely buy some of this right now. I'm about to. If we get back down to this 0.6 mark, I'm definitely getting in. But I'm definitely about to purchase some anyways, not just because what happens every time? Every time. Come up, consolidate, up, down. Didn't even consolidate right here. Up. Bam, bam, bam. Come down, consolidate, up. Come down, consolidate. What can we expect next? Up. You know what I mean? It's at 0.7. If you get in somewhere, oh man, I wish I would have seen right here at 0.5. I wish I would have seen that. Would have got in. Try to get it to at least right here. You know what I'm saying? About this $2 mark. That's 4 times your money. And it's probably going to be in less than a year. It's probably going to be in, you can't really tell, but I definitely think it's going to do that in less than a year. So that's why I have this right here. If it comes back down to here, I'm definitely getting in. JetBlue, also in a good position to buy. Bouncing from, created a double bottom almost. You have to look at this in relative ways. Because as you see here, this is like a triple bottom. But they're not all exactly equal. They're just, they're near each other. they're in the same area. It's like a distant cousin. They're in the same presence. You know what I mean? But if I had to guess, I would say it's going to keep going up. Might have a pullback to this area to continue heading up. So I wouldn't really be interested in them though, because they don't move that quick, and they're not, there's probably better options, better places to put your money that's going to give you a quicker return and a better return on your money. Unless you do options on it, that's different. Mankind, as you can see right off the bat, we look like we're bouncing from, starting to create some consolidation to bounce to the upside, if I had to guess. So I would say up. But they've only been around since 2005. They've gone down the whole time. Wouldn't even be too, this is a sketchy one. Because they could definitely still come back all the way down to this $1 mark. They come back down to that $1 mark, I might think about getting in. That was a bit sketch. Bam. As you can see, we're at the bottom of price. We're creating some consolidation to possibly head back up to the upside. We're at 165. I can see price at least getting about this $3 area, or this $4 to $5 area. You know what I mean? I might be interested in that soon. I might get in that. But yeah, lowest it's ever been is the 0.1906. That would be the only thing that I would be uncertain about, because we're not at the very lowest that it's ever been. And technically, till we pass this, we're not really in an uptrend unless we come below here. I mean, until we pass this, we're not really in an uptrend. So, where of course, this was also in my AAR because I'm in them as well. This is like just my lottery pick though. So, if they get back on their feet, that'll be a nice payday. That'll be a very nice payday. Now, SHIP, not even going to look at them because they just, you know what I mean? SYNA could possibly be reversing. If you look, bam, 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 we're near this swing low. Could possibly be bouncing, but also could not possibly be bouncing. Likes to move textbook, it looks like, daily. Bam, bam. Probably need to see it come down again a little bit to head back to the upside. That was in a peculiar spot. ECH. Not too interested, to be honest. Created a bunch of resistance up here. Could possibly see it coming back down to at least right here, which we're literally at. So I wouldn't be too interested in this. I wouldn't be too interested. EHTH. This was also in my This was also in my AAR. So, not really gonna go over this one. But I'm in it and looking to make profits. No. Yep, looking to make profits. Not even gonna go over it. FICO probably bouncing from around this area right here. Came down. Probably going to start heading up now to the upside, because as you can see, that's what they do. They continually go up. This is the credit people. So FICO credit score. Gotta have some big money to be messing with them. McDonald's, we're near this area of heavy resistance, but I think price is going to continue up. Could possibly, also could not. It depends. If you start seeing some rejections right here, then price is probably not gonna continue up. Man, bouncing from previous swing low, I would say probably going to head up on this one, TAL. Well, down until we start seeing signs of reversal to the upside. But it shouldn't pass this point. Shouldn't pass this point, and on a daily, shouldn't pass this point. To head back to the upside. Procter and Gamble. Procter and Gamble. Let me see what we got. Swing high, swing low, swing high. Minor structure, swing low, swing high, swing low. I would be looking to sell as of current, and till we start showing signs, possible reversal to the upside. Then again, not too interested in it. It's in a weird spot for me. VAC. Definitely thinking about getting into this one. I wish I'd have got in this $3 mark, but it's all good. Look at that. $3 to 20. I know that was nice. I know somebody made money off of that, man. From $4. $4 right here to 20 in December 24 to July 25. So about 7 months, 6 months, 8 months. That's 5 times your money. 4 to 20. That's 5 times your money. Lex. I'm in this one too. So I'm not gonna go over that one. That one's in my AAR as well. My weekly AAR. Blackberry. We're near all-time lows. Could possibly be bouncing from them right here. If I was guessing, man, I'd say it's bouncing. It's probably bouncing from this area and about to start heading up. So, yep, starting to create some signs of reversal here to the upside. Swing. Minor structure, signs of reversal to the upside right here. Daily. Yep. If I had to guess, I don't know. I wouldn't even be too interested in this right now. But definitely at near all-time lows. On this one, swing, creating resistance. Every time we get to a swing, it starts creating some form of consolidation. So what I can expect, I think it's going to start heading down. So weekly, bam, came up, starting to create higher lows, higher highs a little bit. Lower lows, lower highs a little bit. Daily, definitely starting to create bam. But I need for us to come back up and test somewhere around here, then start showing signs of reversal for me to possibly take options to the downside on that, if there are options available on that. SRPT, near all-time lows. Not really. What bounced near all-time lows? Bounced near these lows right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what I'm saying? So it's probably gonna bounce again to the upside. You know what I'm saying? Weekly. So if I had to guess, I'd say it's probably going to continue up. But it is overall in a downtrend at the moment. NIM. Faux NIM. Definitely in a spike up, much like this one and this one. After a strong spike up, as you can see, strong spike down. Strong spike up, strong spike down. So you could probably wait for reversal signs and then head to the downside. WDC at the very top of price almost. Again, strong spikes. AZN last week continued upward as it should have. This is textbook, bro. This is textbook. It's beautiful. I can't remember whether or not I looked up if this had options or not. I hope it does. Let me look. I'm about to look real quick, because I'm pretty sure they did. I'm pretty sure I put them in the options category. Yup. I'm finna make some money off of these people. Ooh. That's a new song, bro. New single out in stores on August 25th. So them and McDonald's, them are gonna be my bread and butters, bro. Them are gonna be my bread and butters. Look at this. Just moves fantastic. Been around a long time. What more could you ask for? What more could you ask for? But this could be the beginning of a head and shoulders pattern right here to potentially head down, because you see they wasn't always moving. It's not just been like this forever. You know what I mean? They also had this. So just gotta also be vigilant and mindful that just because it's moving like this now doesn't mean it's always gonna be moving this beautifully. It's for the moment. Bam, bam, bam. Kind of tough decision, tough spot. Only way I'd be interested if they come back down here near this dollar amount, near this $2. Really would prefer to get them at around this $1.50 area, this $1.50 area to head up. That's the only way I'm getting in. They get back down to there. Yeah, it's taking quite a while. I'm gonna have to. Holy crap! I'm gonna have to do this quick. All right, I'm about to start rushing through it. Not rushing through it, but being a little bit more expedient. This one, I don't know what it's doing. On to the next. Dollar General bouncing from near this. Same thing with, I think, Nike. Nike looked the same exact way. So come up, could potentially be reversing right here, but I think it's going to continue up. I think Dollar General is going to continue up. Daily, I don't know. We could potentially be coming down all the way up until here, but ultimately I think it's going to continue up. But it's looking like it could be potentially creating reversal signs right here. So UNH. It's the one Warren Buffett in. They probably definitely gonna make money. To the upside, AEO bouncing from this level of strong support. You know, definitely probably a good time to get in, but look at the risk to reward. Like, you get in at $12, what, they go up to 22, 24 at the most, really. That's nothing. That's only 2 times your money, if that. And how long is it gonna take you to make that? 2023 to April 24. June. So about a year to make half. Nah, there's better options. Unless you want to do options. If they got options calls, then hey, you can make a lot more money doing options on it. But matter of fact, I'm gonna check. I don't know. Exxon, XOM. at the very top of price action. Not really too interested. Not really too interested. We're creating consolidation right here. But if I had to guess, hey, let me stop. I'd say, I think that we are about to come down. Like I said, we're at the top of price action. You see, it starts to consolidate to drop. A little bit of consolidation, drop. Consolidate, possible dropping could happen. So we get up to here, I might be looking for sales. Yeah, we come back. Yeah, I'll probably be looking for sales here soon. Possibly. Chevron, CVX. Pretty much same thing. Looking for sales. Pretty much same exact thing. Looking for sales. The top of, yeah, looking for sales. Damn. But it could keep going all the way up until here, though. You know what I'm saying? So I would wait for it to get here, then start seeing signs of reversal. Disney. Looks like we're bouncing from around this area. Bam, bam. I'm not too certain on this one. Not too certain. I'm going to just let that one ride. You feel me? AMD. If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably coming down because it had this long stretch of upness to which we probably need a pullback. And it looks like it's beginning to do that. Daily, bam, probably gonna come up, create a head and shoulders. So if you see left head, creating a neckline right here, possibly right shoulder to head down, or it could just head down right here, continue heading down. But in my opinion, we are about to start heading down. If we come back up to here and start showing signs of reversal, I would definitely be interested in that. Definitely be interested to the downside. Costco. Where does the cost go at Costco? So, as you can see, the pullbacks kind of are different with Costco. We reach a certain level, but we never really surpass it for real. Well, I mean, we did right here, but on the pullback, once we pull back once, that sets the tone. So we had that right here. Pull back lower than this. That sets the tone. So what I could be looking for this week is buy opportunities. I don't think price is going to surpass this right here. I don't think it's going to do it. I just don't. Even though left head, right shoulder, I just don't think it's going to surpass this point right here. So with that being said, let's go to the daily. Daily coming down for right now. If we get to here, we start showing signs of reversal. Would definitely be interested in the buys. Definitely be interested in buys. I'm gonna watch still. Plug. We're at $1.68. Where's the lowest they got to? They've been at $0.1. They've been at a penny before. But as you can see, they come down and go up. They've been around since 2000. They come down, go up. They're at $1. That would actually probably be a great time to buy. Now would actually probably be a great time to buy. They've got great price history. They've been around a while. Man, we get down to lower than $1 again. I'm definitely purchasing some of this. Definitely purchasing some of this. Definitely purchasing. But I like to wait a little bit, you know. I don't think they're gonna come back down here again. They're probably gonna take off. So, but if they do, imagine this person that got in at 1 penny, bro, went all the way up to $8. That is you made some money right there, dude. 1 penny to $8. Come on, bro. That is. Or is that 10 cents? No, that's 10 cents. That's 10 cents. I'm tripping. But still, if it gets up to $1, that's 10 times your money, let alone 8 of them. That's 80 times your money. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. So I will be looking to enter positions on them if they ever drop below this $1 again. Very top of price for this one. So only thing I'd be looking for is a pullback. Looks like it's starting to do that. It moves a certain way, goes up, comes back down. So would definitely be looking for potential sales. That's the only thing I would be looking for myself. Me personally. You know what I'm saying? Left head, potentially come up to create a right shoulder to head back down. I'm definitely going to be watching them. Definitely going to be watching them. I might just put one. Oh man, camera again. Might just put one in to put a long term put in. But bro, this video is hella long. I need to wrap it up. Bro. Near highest of highs. Looks like it's going to continue up for right now. If I had to guess. Yep. So, DAL, that's that. Delta Airlines. PANW, they move pretty nice. But also we're in a weird spot. So, been around since 2013. Swing high, swing high. Creating a bunch of resistance right here. swing low. Could potentially keep heading up, but also could potentially be starting to, because we're also from all-time highs, so could potentially be starting to reverse. Not really too interested. SOUN, they've only been around this year. Oh no, they've been around a couple years, 23. Yeah, not too interested. Dang, but look again. $1.62 to $8, $9 to $10 in a relatively short amount of time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. Four, 5, 6 weeks, man. So I keep an eye on them. You know, swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low. Currently bouncing up from this swing low, so could potentially keep heading up. Minor structure, swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low, swing high. You know, starting to create a little bit of resistance right here, so could possibly see it start to head up. JPM, OPM, other people's money. Left head, right shoulder to head to the downside. As you can see, we haven't had a pull. We need a reversal, bro. We haven't did no kind of pullback in a little minute. So, not a real one. This is like I said, left head, beginning of a left head, right shoulder situation. Starting to create a bunch of resistance right here. Left, and on the daily, left head starting to possibly create a right shoulder right here. If I had to guess, I would say it's probably going to go down. I would say it's probably going to go down. But that's based off hypothesis. Well, yeah, I would say it's probably going to go down. Target. Not too certain. But yeah, I'm not too sure about this one. This one bouncing from this right here. This one kind of moves funny. Bam, bam. So I don't know. Not too certain. This one either. HD, what is this? Home Depot. Coming from here. Need a pullback. We get a pullback and I'll be willing to hop in. Toyota. Oh yeah. Toyota definitely looks like it's probably going to continue up. Bam, 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 bam. So probably, yeah. I wait for a pullback of some sort to head to the upside. Yep. Wait for a pullback to head to the upside. That's what I do for that one right there. Pepsi. This was my nanny's favorite drink. My nanny used to love Pepsi, boy. But yeah, they down for right now. They headed to the downside. Till we pass here, we're in a downtrend. They were in an uptrend, but don't at the top of recent price action. Can at least expect them to probably pull back to at least here. So I would, 4-hour head and shoulders. So I would actually take some sales on them this week. At least to about this 146 mark. That's the furthest I would take that option to. It's the 146 mark. And I ain't even, Pepsi should definitely have options. Yeah, because they're a major company. Yep. Dang, the spread is outstanding on them though. That is ridiculous. I'm not finna. Hell no. Oh, that's for the weeklies. That's far out. Then get off the weeklies. That's far out then. Yeah, the other ones is regular. Okay. Yeah, so that's a possibility. That's definitely I would look for them to drop. Get in. Yup. Look for them to drop as of right now. Till further notice. Let's look at the 1 hour. Yeah. I'll be looking for them to drop for right now. Yeah, I'll be looking for them to drop for right now. What's next? Weekly. Well, this video is too long. Where we at? Hey, we almost done, man. My bad. $5,000. I don't even wanna. But look how it moves though. But boy, I ain't even finna check on that. Sony at the very top of all-time price action. So not really interested. AZO. AutoZone. I love the way this moves, bro. There's nothing but up, literally, bro. Come on, man. When I get them big bucks rolling in, you best believe I'm finna be optioning it up on this. But yeah, O'Reilly's, it moves just like them too. JD. Only been around since 2015, but they're near all-time lows. But they also don't move that much from 21 to 100, like 4 times your money. But look at the time span it would take, 18 to 21. So not really a good deal right there. KR. Bam, bam, bam. At the top of price action. Could possibly see it start coming down. But this is the higher high. I took a loss on this last week. And that's it. Where is O'Reilly's? Did I go over O'Reilly's? Or is that did I only put that in the option stocks? Look at O'Reilly's, bro. Man, it don't get no better than this. I ain't gonna lie to you. It don't get no better than this, boy. Oh my gosh, I'm finna make so much money with O'Reilly's. But that is that's everything. I'm checking if O'Reilly's has options. Dang, they do. About $30 spreads. $20. Okay, that's decent. That ain't, you know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. Yeah, we can do that. We could definitely do that. So yeah, but that's my analysis for the week. Catch y'all on the next one.